Hey everyone, it's Michael GoosebumpsFan. I hope you're doing well today. I have a review today for a book that I forgot existed. I had it in my collection. I've been tallying up recently what do I have left from different books and Goosebumps series and eras and whatever to start really compounding and getting stuff done here soon for you guys with reviews and everything else. I want to finish up the channel in the next couple of months and really finish reviewing everything I have left. And so far my reviews tallied out to about 25 to 27 books left. And I think it's 27, now that I redid the math. But even so, that's not many. This is one of those that I've recently remembered and added to the tally. And this book is not really your straight-up typical Goosebumps book. It ties to the 2015 Rob Letterman movie. And it's pretty fun, for the most part. I didn't really have many of these when I was a kid, but this particular type of book might be more interesting to someone who's a lot younger than I am. Even almost 8 years ago when the 2015 film came out. Yes, 8 years ago is when the Goosebumps movie came out. This book is just called Goosebumps Activity Book. Every single page in here is pretty much colored except for the stickers page, which has colorized stickers. This book is, for the most part, like I said, kind of fun. It's just like a game type of book. Not like a GYG, Choose Your Own Adventure, Give Yourself Goosebumps, whatever you like to call that series type of book. This is like coloring certain things, doing maze games, word searches, you know, what's the other stuff? Crossword puzzles, if you like that kind of thing. It also happens to have a lot of trivia on monsters and a lot of really horrible jokes. I mean, really, truly, not like offensive horrible, like, you suck as a comedian horrible. This is not written by Stein. I don't really see a name for a writer anywhere involved in the credits of the front of the book that gives any kind of notice to who wrote this book, so I don't really know anything. Oh, no, I just found it. First page. Why is it not on the actual outside of the book? First page, it says, Howie Dewin? I don't know. Howie Dewin is what I'm going to call him. I'm going to get that mixed up, and I'm going to slip up where I'm sick. Currently, Howie, if you happen to be watching this video, I'm sorry, dude. If I call you Howdy Doody by accident, I'm sorry, dude. Howie Dewin. Is that like a pun? Like, how we doing? Like, I don't know. Anyway, an activity book. You have a lot of different fun little things in here, and some monsters I never knew were in the Goosebumps movie or behind-the-scenes thing. For example, the creeps. Did you ever see the pictures of what the creeps looked like from the 2015 film? I've never seen that. That's in this book at one point, in a very small picture I just saw pop up a minute ago. And I can't find it. Can I just tell you, by the way, really quick, while we're on it, the Mud Monsters. I saw this a while back in one of the other Goosebumps 2015 movie tie-ins. These Mud Monsters look like garbage. I'm a huge fan of You Can't Scare Me. As you guys know, I just reviewed the TV book as well. I hate this design for the Mud Monsters. They look like trash. They look like giant rose bushes without the roses. I looked through this and, you know, some of the activities are things I've never seen before. When I was a kid, I really didn't have a whole lot of activity books. I had quite a few Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace activity books. And one of the biggest things I remember in that book, that's also an activity you can do here, was spot the difference between this page and this page. And one of the most obvious ones I ever saw that I don't know how any Star Wars fan kid could ever miss this, was that Qui-Gon Jinn on one photo is holding a lightsaber. He's in the same pose on the other photo, but in the other photo, he's holding like a medieval mace, basically. And I was like, what? What? It basically wanted you to spot all these different differences, and that's in this book as well. You can do that quite a bit. And there's weird little things, too, like this, where you just kind of color the monster, you know? And it's kind of cute, just a little bit. There was a few more activities. TicTacToe, which is weird. This one says that it's monsters versus people. One is X's, one is O's, but you don't know which is which. I guess by the end of the book, the games or whatever, you find out. Now, mind you, I didn't really do any of these activities. Some of them I actually genuinely want to do at some point, but I didn't want to ruin this book for my collection, so I said, nah, I'm not going to do it. But some of them that I could do simply just looking at the page for a little bit, I went ahead and did that. Couldn't play Tic-Tac-Toe by myself, so I was like, you know, whatever. But there were other things that I wanted to try out. One in particular, it's kind of like a paint by numbers type of thing, but not really. Not with the numbers and all that, but you had to paint every triangle in this big white collage of different shapes and stuff. And apparently if you did that, you got a secret message. And I can't do that with my brain and just picture what everything looks like without triangles. But something like that sounded really fun. And I would have done it if I wanted to ruin the book. But there were cool things like that. And then there's absolute top-tier garbage stuff like this. Vampire Knock Knocks with Count Nightwing. I assume, isn't that his name? I think it's his name. Let me read some of these to you. Knock knock. Who's there? Ghost. Ghost who? Ghost stew. What's in ghost stew? Like stew as in S-T-E-W. Like soup. Let's try another one. Let's see if we can find a better one. Knock knock. Who's there? Frank. Frank who? Frankenstein. Duh. That was supposed to be an easy one, is what it says in parentheses. Right there. Right there. As I said, the humor's horrible. Stein didn't write that. Whatever committee group person came up with this crap, never again. I don't care if you're in an activity book that's not even got Stein's name on it. Don't. No. No, 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 no. I'm a huge fan of word searches, though. I'm not a fan of crossword puzzles. I tried to do some of those. I tried to do some of the, the little 4-question or 4-answer multiple choice story things that were like, there was one in particular that was like, where did Slappy, where did the wood that became Slappy come from? And you had 4 different choices of what Slappy was made out of, basically. That was pretty cool. Some of those, I don't know how any kid would know unless they read like the Series 2000 books and stuff. So that was kind of cool. But if you were a kid and hadn't read like all of this stuff like 20 years ago, you wouldn't know any of those answers unless you went to the very back of the book and got the answers there, which is kind of cool. At least they put a key in the back of the book for people, mainly kids, because this is a kid's book. But still, I mean, you'd learn a lot if you were a kid reading this book. You'd find out a lot about people like Slappy and the bug-eyed alien, or whatever he's called. He's not even called like the squeezers, or, the body squeezers. They're not even called that. They're called the bug-eyed aliens. What? What? Anyway, let's see if there's some other stuff. Here's some of the stickers. This is what they look like. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. I like some of them. They look cool. They're colored, like I said. So you have like something you can put on like your lockers and whatever. If kids still do that, I don't know. We didn't really do that in my high school days or middle school days. Let's see. They have a lot of photos in here too. And then you have weird ones like this that I don't really know what the point of this was. But it says The Haunted Mirror. It's a picture of a mirror. I'll show you in just a moment. What would you see if you looked into a haunted mirror? I can see myself right now trying to draw, back in the day when I was a kid, if I had this book, I could see myself trying to draw, like, my face inside of that and then, like, missing eyeballs or something. I don't know. I was a dark kid, dude. I feel like some of that stuff could be, a little weird. Let's see. Oh, you have decoders. I forgot to talk about that, too, where you have, like, a key and you have to decode the message. That's pretty cool, too. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I did quite a few of those. Matter of fact, there's a ton of those in here. But I did quite a few of those. Here's one of the ones I talked about with the triangles. We have to go through the photo and get a secret message from the praying mantis, I guess. Something like that. Oh, and then you have this really other thing I wanted to talk about, too, that's, to me, kind of annoying. When I was a kid, I probably would have liked this more. To me, it feels like filler. This is done a lot in here. You'll be like this page here, just a bunch of eyeballs, and it's make your own monster. And then you'll have some pages in here where it'll be really cheap, and it'll be like a picture of like Murder the Clown, or Slappy, or the Haunted Mask, and they'll have a giant air bubble beside their head, and it'll be like, make them say something, kids. What? Didn't you pay like an intern to write this and create this book and format this book and colorize this book? Why does the kid have to come up with that? Maybe you think it's good, but I would have been pissed when I was a kid. Let's see. Spot the difference. Oh, here's exactly what I'm talking about. Look at this. Look at this. Make the kids write the words. What in the world? I bet you kids don't even know who Count, whatever this guy is. Nightwing? Warlock? Whatever his name is. Oh, here's the really bad one. This is like the worst thing in the book, in my personal opinion, that really made it bad. It's in here one time. I don't think I saw anything else in the entire book like this. Mummies, the ultimate rap stars, use any of the words below to make a rhyming rap song about being all wrapped up. These words right here on this page. Let me read some of these to you in case you can't see them. Mummy, dead, shrunken, withered, wrapped, dried, preserved, embalmed, cloth, buried. If any of you write a song down in the comments based on those words, a rap song, it has to be a rap song, it has to have a good melody to it. If you can do that with a decent flow, I will make a video giving you props. But I don't think anybody can do it, and not like the most cringe thing on the planet. I'll bet you money. But anyway, that is rough, dude. Like a dog. That's pretty much all I have to show you. They do have mazes. I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I did, but like mazes, you have to escape. That's kind of fun. I didn't really do too many of those because some of them are pretty complicated. Just a little bit. But I did try some of those and I did get pretty far. There's some love for the haunted car in this book quite a bit. Just so you know. But anyway, I really don't have anything else to say. I'm trying to flick through in case I'm forgetting anything. There's quite a few of the graveyard ghouls brought up in here, by the way, as well. It's pretty nice. I'm kind of surprised by how much stuff was in this for kids to do. 100 pages worth. I remember when I was a kid, a lot of the activity books you had for like Star Wars and stuff, you'd have like 3 or 4 different types of them, but they would be like 50 pages a piece. Really cool. I remember getting a lot of Dragon Ball Z coloring books and stuff when I was a kid as well. Maybe a Spider-Man and Venom one a couple of times. Maybe a Hulk one a couple of times. I really didn't have many of these, and I remember most of them not being in color either, like I said. I would say probably maybe 1 or 2 of them in my entire life were actually in color. Anyway, Goosebumps activity book. Have you guys read this? What did you think about it? Put your thoughts and comments down below, folks. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Did you have a kid in your life, maybe your kid or your niece or nephew or brother or sister or anybody in your life at all? Did you get them a copy of this? Did they receive one from somebody else and actually enjoy it, actually play it and use it? What are their thoughts? If you still talk to them, I'd love to hear that down in the comment section down below. If you played the games in here, I'd love to hear what you have to say down below. I had a decent time looking through it. I appreciate the quality of this thing. It wasn't very expensive for what it was. It says on the back here, when it came out in 2015, in the US, it was $12.99. And I think I got a brand new copy, which is this one right here, off of Amazon for like maybe 10, 15, well, not 15, but 10 or so bucks a while back. Probably 3, 4 years ago. I think I was still collecting when I bought this. Before I finally had everything that I needed to collect to have the whole Goosebumps franchise. Books, I mean, and DVDs. But this is one that I recommend to very young people. If you're an adult like myself who loves, like, again, word searches and mainly word-focused activities, if you like that kind of thing, this would be cool for you as well. It's not hard to come by at all. Very cheap for the most part. If you like stickers, there's like 4 pages of those smaller stickers in here. That this book is not small at all, dude. This is a pretty big book, as long as my arm, basically. This is worth the money, I think, for what it is. But it has to be for the right audience. If you're an adult buying this to play, it's not really worth the money. It's kind of very simplistic, very easy, but very creatively well put together and well executed for the most part. But as an activity book, it's the same old thing as typical. Nothing really stand out, nothing really new. Not that it needed to be. It's a kid's book tying to a 2015 Goosebumps movie with the other 3 or 4 books that came out. And overall, I think it does the job fairly well. If I had to rate this book from Howie Dewin, or Howie Dewin, I'm sorry, dude, if you're watching this video, I don't know if you've ever watched a video in your entire life from me. But if you are watching this one because you're curious what the Goosebumps community thinks about your activity book, well, I think I'm 28 years old, I believe. I can't remember. I can't do math. I'm sick right now. And I'm also recording, so I can't take the time to go do that really quick. I believe I'm 28 years old. Excuse me. I'm brain dead right now. If I had to rate this on a 5-star basis, Howie, I would give it like a 4 out of 5 stars for what it is. It's not amazing or anything, but it's good for what it is as a kid's activity book. I appreciate it. I thought it was cool. And as somebody who loves word searches and stuff, there's a lot of letters on the page when you're doing the word searches, so it's not as simple as usual. And it can be backwards too. A lot of word books, or word-focused activity books don't do that for kids because they try to avoid having too many words, number one. But number two, if they go backwards, a lot of the time it seems like they're afraid kids can't do it, and I think that's kind of insulting to kids. Anyway, 4 out of 5 stars. I think it's pretty nice for what it is. This will obviously be a review going into the random Goosebumps books playlist on my channel. People probably never check out that playlist, but it'll be in there in case anybody cares about this book. But anyway, I recommend it if you're a fan of it. If you're a younger kid or you have a younger kid in your life, like your kids or a niece or nephew, like I said, check it out. Pick it up for them if they love Goosebumps, or if you want to get them into it, pick it up for them. They might really like it. If you're an adult and you want to buy this, it's worth the money. Very cheap to come across, like I said. Good for your collection if you happen to be a collector as well for Goosebumps. But overall, Goosebumps activity book. I'm still trying to get over this cold. I'm going to talk to the doctor tomorrow, just so you guys know. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. God bless you all, and I would love to hear what you have to say about this awesome little activity book thing down in the comment section down below. I'm glad I bought it. I almost forgot this. I almost forgot it in the collection to talk about it, so I'm glad I remembered. I'm glad I browsed through it really quick. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. God bless you all. I'm sorry for this very scrambled review. I just wanted to cover kind of all of the activities they had, make fun of it a little bit, try to have some fun with the video. Anyway, God bless you guys. Have a good week, and goodbye.